One of the most obvious hoaxes in recent history with Iryna Zarutska. Of course, I made many videos on Charlie Kirk, as you see here, both getting so-called fatal wounds to the neck. Obviously, Zarutska supposedly sliced in the throat, bled to death. Charlie Kirk shot in the throat, killed. Both fake, phony, world stage theater. And for those that don't understand and claim that, oh, this was hidden under the radar, the media's not covering it like it was something real, give me a break. Even Charlie Kirk, as you see here, he covered it on his channel, supposedly just before he was murdered weeks later. Now take a look here at the similarities with Iryna doing the devil horns, wearing the mask for fake COVID. Give me a break on that. Take a look here with Charlie Kirk. Both doing the devil horns. Signs and symbols is what it's all about on the world stage. And as you see here, Iryna covering the right eye. The one-eyed Antichrist symbolism, as I mentioned many times over the years. Here you see this one photo with Iryna supposedly in her bedroom. And this is obviously pre-production for the hoax, for the psyop. And take a closer look at the door itself. At the very top, Black Lives Matter. How ironic for this obvious world stage theater to have this presented. And of course the I Can't Breathe. Here you go. People claim this wasn't spotlighted in the mainstream. Take a look here, as you see here from this White House news conference. And they have to show the faces twice on each side. It's almost like the duality, the mirror reflection. That gets into Trump. Like I said, people claim this was flown under the radar, so it must be real. Absolutely not. Here you see Trump talking about, let's get right to it, with what Trump has to say about this. And obviously, anybody that's awake will know, if Trump's going to talk about it on the world stage, you know it's world stage theater. And by the way, this is more than likely an AI Trump. Let's get right to it.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life.
And obviously that makes absolutely no sense. Suppose that she left Ukraine because of the war with Russia to escape the violence. So no problems in life doesn't sound right with this AI Trump. Whoever's writing the script needs to get their act together. Let's continue.
With a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country.
And that gets into the video footage of the actual so-called event on the train here. As you see this one individual, there's Iryna, the actress, about to enter the train. But take a look here, a closer look. This one individual with the pyramid symbolism to start off. Let's get right to the video itself, and I'll expose the fakery. This is, again, one of the most obvious hoaxes, fake events in recent history. Let's get right to it. Now take a look as Iryna enters the train to the doors to take a seat on these unusually patterned seats. And you can see DeCarlos Brown in the back with the hoodie. Kind of reminds me of Trayvon Martin, that kind of theme. And take a look here. It's very quiet. The reactions by the passengers, so-called passengers, part of the act. And you see Iryna supposed to get stabbed right there. Part of it has been edited out by the media. There's another angle where you see more footage where it's blurred out, but I'm going to continue here. And the fakery is going to be very obvious for those that have eyes to see. She doesn't hold her throat. She puts her hands in front of her face. You see some blood on her pants. Supposedly, Carlos, he cut himself supposedly with a knife. That's the so-called official story, but we know this is all just a fabrication. This guy gets up. Nobody helps. It's silent in the train. The reactions are off. I said it many times. It's hard to fake real. But let's take a look here at this shot. Supposedly after being stabbed. This is after supposedly being stabbed. You see the so-called blood on the pants. She's holding the phone. And what do you notice? There is no blood. There is no cut on the throat, the neck, nothing at all. She looks up as DeCarlos makes his way out of the scene. And there's nothing wrong with her at all. You'd think she'd be covering her neck, holding her neck, not covering her eyes, and still holding her phone, supposedly after being stabbed in the neck. Now to the aspect with all these news stories, the coded 33 in plain sight. While everybody's looking at Iryna, they're missing something very vital, very big regarding this news story, and that's the number 33 coded in plain sight. And I mentioned the oddly designed seats, specifically for this psyop where she's sitting. Obviously an empty seat next to her. And what do you see? A 3 and a 3 coded. Make no mistake about this. Some people say, oh, that's a stretch. Absolutely not. I'm going to show an example of that in a little bit. But first off, just like the whole entire Charlie Kirk psyop with the 33. Now, again, getting back to this psyop in the 33 in plain sight. This is something many will remember that have watched my videos over the years. And that gets in the movie Pulp Fiction that was made by Quentin Tarantino back in 1994. With this specific scene, and while people are listening to the dialogue, they're not paying attention to what's right in front of them. And that's the wallpaper. This oddly patterned wallpaper. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to get a little bit of a better view of it as this scene plays. As this dialogue happens, you're going to see John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. And notice the color of their cups. It's blue and yellow, or you can call it gold, but more than likely, blue and yellow. But look again, the wallpaper. Take a look here as we get back to Quentin Tarantino. A little bit of a close-up. What do you see? The 3 and the 3 in plain sight. This is not by chance or coincidence. Obviously, with these movie productions, they select these wallpapers. Everything that you see from the mirror to the clock, the wardrobes, everything you see, obviously is made for the movie. It's not by random. As we move forward here, take a look again at the cups. This reminds me of the Ukrainian flag itself with the blue and the yellow. Now let's get back to the scene here. Once again, with Quentin Tarantino, and as I shown, that the 33 is in plain sight. And take a look as we look at John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson as we get a close-up. And there's your 33 as well.